Luce, Luce, Luce. Ferrari, what have you done? You've taken something so great and turned it into something so mediocre. I don't understand. From the company that made the Testarossa and the Enzo and the LaFerrari, you've come out with the Luce, this 5,000-pound EV four-door. I know a lot of Ferrari fans are upset right now, as am I. I really don't like the Luce, but I think we are overreacting maybe just a little bit. And it would be my greatest pleasure, right, to blame Ferrari entirely for this monstrosity of a vehicle, but I know that would not be completely fair of me. And I say that because they took the proverbial cut chair when it came to sourcing all the materials and designing the Luce. They actually developed everything with a company called Love From. And if you know anything about Love From, they're actually headed by the ex-chief design officer of Apple. So what you've got here is essentially a car made by Apple, marketed as a Ferrari, and upsold like a Ferrari should be. So now I understand why people are so angry and outraged, because there's nothing Ferrari about the Luce at all. But with all that complaining out of the way, I do think the Luce is going to be a beast, regardless of who created it and what it looks like and all that other nonsense. When you look at the powertrain, the Luce is actually quite impressive. First of all, you've got a base of 972 horsepower coming from its electric motors, right? You've got a boost mode that boosts it up to about 1,036 horsepower, and this 5,000-pound behemoth reaches 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. You think of any other vehicle that reaches 0 to 60 in that time and it's half the size. You're thinking little coupes and supercars. This is a 5,000-pound grocery-getting EV. But with Ferrari rolling out orders in mid-October, you're going to start to see a few Luces here and there. They're going to become something that we can actually see in person. Maybe it looks different then. Because I know when Lamborghini initially released the Urus, granted it is a V8, so it still had that sound, but I mean, people were opposed to the thought of a Lamborghini SUV until they made one another popular. That's what I think may happen to the Luce. Or, on the contrary, it could just be getting by on brand recognition alone and could be something that fizzles out very fast. Who knows? But I don't like this trend that's going on where these great manufacturers are taking iconic models and bastardizing them. For example, the Mustang, or even the electrification of the S-Class is kind of just ugh, in my opinion. But I know this was a short video. Let me know what you thought of the Luce. Let me know what your opinions are, whether they're negative or positive. I kind of want to get a vibe for what people think of this new electrification fad that's going on.